evening and welcome to Jackson College. In today's final baseball game of the day, we have the Region 12 Baseball Championship between the Henry Ford College Hawks and the Cuyahoga Community College Triceratops. The National Junior College Athletic Association and Jackson College promote good sportsmanship by student-athletes, coaches, and spectators. We appreciate your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Negative comments, profanity, racist, sexist, or other abusive comments or actions directed at officials, student-athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated in a grounds removal for the facility. Jackson College and Region 12 wish to thank you for your support and cooperation. Now let's play ball.
Win or go home. That is what is on the table here in Jackson this evening. Game 3 of our triple header in Region 12. Henry Ford, Cuyahoga, 6-seeded Hawks, 3-seeded Triceratops. Henry Ford, losers of the first game of the tournament yesterday, 7-5 defeat at the hands of the Raiders from Grand Rapids Community College. Cuyahoga lost game 1 of today, 10-4 against the Macomb Monarchs. Lineup here for Henry Ford. Kicking things off is Orsetti, followed by Robertson. The starter on the mound for Henry Ford. He can do it all. And today he finds himself second in the batting order, followed up by Thomas. Gutierrez will bat cleanup. Dorn at the 5 spot. Gross batting 6th. Bali batting 7th. Trey Sane the 3rd, batting 8th. And in the 9th spot, Villarreal to close things out for the Hawks. Triceratops defense around the horn, Gallagher, Yanmaz, Botnick, and Merritt from 1st to 3rd respectively. Dredger, Ross, and Bowles from left to right. Behind the dish is Hill. And Keegan Gillibride will get the nod on the mound. The righty slinging it, wheeling and dealing for the Triceratops to kick things off here in Game 3. Jack Vohwinkle here on the air to bring you all the action right here from Jackson College. The bracket looks like this. Of course, Grand Rapids was able to defeat Henry Ford in the first game at 4 o'clock yesterday. That moved Grand Rapids to play against Kellogg earlier today at 2:30, and of course dropped Henry Ford into the losers bracket. The first game of that said losers bracket will happen momentarily here. Day 2 was filled with action. Macomb was able to defeat Cuyahoga at 11 a.m. by a score of 10-4. Kellogg was able to take down Grand Rapids in a run rule effort, 15-7 in the second game of our afternoon. And right here at 6:20 p.m., we see the Henry Ford Hawks and the Cuyahoga Community College Triceratops, the Tri-C. Only non-Michigan-based team in this bracket. And the first pitch underway, and we are underway here in Jackson. Misses wide for ball 1. Immediate stoppage on the playing field as the umpires will get together. Chanting up to see if there was illegal movement on the mound by the pitcher, Keegan Gillibride. Still some conversation on the mound about could potentially be the mound itself as to how it is settling in the ground. So maybe not an actual performance issue from Gillibride, but potentially a earthly issue here at Jackson College. Of course, leading off for Henry Ford Orsetti. He'll be playing center field today for the Hawks. Keegan Gilbride this season, 2.84 ERA, which is the best on this Triceratops squad. 6-3 win-loss record. He struck out 46 and 38 innings of work so far this season. Still some conversation about the mound condition here on the playing surface. Only one pitch in. Count sits 1-0 on Orsetti. Braylon Orsetti, the outfielder, hails from Allen Park, Michigan. Still quite unsure as to what the conversation is down there on the playing field. Not 100% sure if it's the condition of the mound. You saw some stomping there in the center circle, wondering what exactly is going on. Still the count 1-0 now on Orsetti. We will resume play here in Summit Township. Standing tall is Orsetti, the lefty, to lead things off for the Hawks. The 1-0 fouled away, evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Braylon Orsetti. One ball, 1 strike on the center fielder. Henry Ford enters this game with a record of 32 and 15. It looks like that's going to be a balk on the mound. Stepping outside of the batter's box is Orsetti. Some pitching issues so far for Cuyahoga. Cuyahoga's head coach frustrated with the officials right now, as a slow start has ensued here in Game 3 of the triple header Region 12 baseball action. Number 1 seeded Kellogg was able to dominate Grand Rapids Community College. 1-0 lead. GRCC was able to get out, but then Kellogg was able to respond, go up 2-1, and never looked back. At one point up 10-3. Game went 10-7. GRCC tried to force a rally in the 8th, but a 5 spot in the 8th for Kellogg was able to salt the game away and end it in a run rule victory for the Bruins. They'll take on Macomb tomorrow, like I said earlier, at 11 a.m. to kick things off in the second day of triple headers. This one lined right off of the backside of the pitcher, Gilbride. Throw to first, not in time. Gilbride took that one right off the behind, and it bounced away. The throw to first was not in time, and Orsetti is aboard. Still now some conversation on the mound, making sure Keegan Gilbride is okay. But on first base is Braylon Orsetti. He's able to reach. He bounced one off the backside of the pitcher to get aboard here. 1 up, 1 on for Henry Ford here in the first. Brings up Robertson, the designated hitter here for the Hawks. And Casey Robertson, the Game 1 starter for Henry Ford yesterday, fanned his first 3 batters, settled in nicely before getting relieved midway through the contest, and Henry Ford was unable to sustain their lead that they built. Their 5-3 lead was decimated, turned into a 7-5 victory, like you mentioned earlier. Count sits 0-1 on Robertson. He pops this one out into right field. Tracking, making the grab is Bowles out there in right. for the first out of the inning.
Number 11, Caleb Thomas.
Caleb Thomas up to the plate now for Henry Ford. Thomas manning the second base bag today for the Hawks. Run around first in Orsetti. Gilbride, toss back to first. Him and Gallagher trying to build some chemistry there. As Thomas looks on. Gilbride, the 0-0 is high for ball one. One 0 pitch outside. Count moves 2-0 now in favor of Thomas. Runner on first is Orsetti. Count sits 2-0 on Henry Ford's the second baseman. Fades out of the zone once more. Now a very serious hitter's count for Thomas. Henry Ford trying to get riled up in the dugout. The 3-0 pitch. Framed into the zone for strike one. Nice job by Hill behind the dish. Three balls, one strike, one away, and a runner on first in Orsetti. Gilbride looks down, fires the arm, and this one is outside. Two aboard for Henry Ford.
Number 10, Emmanuel Gutierrez.
Gilbride hails from Akron, Ohio. Birthplace of LeBron James. First pitch of the at-bat is outside to Gutierrez. Gutierrez in right tonight for the Hawks. Gilbride, the sophomore, stands on the mound again with a 6-3 win-loss record. Most wins on this pitching staff for Cuyahoga. 0-1 pitch. Skied foul. Manuel Gutierrez from Riverview, Michigan, stands 5'9", the redshirt sophomore outfielder. Lefty sees an 0-2 count here. Off the offering from Gilbride, and it's outside for the first ball of the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count with 1 away. Henry Ford's got a couple of runners on, trying to get off to a hot start here. And bite on Gilbride early. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back, chopped into the dugout of Henry Ford. Hopping around, tossed back out. Is that baseball? Cuyahoga's pitcher in Gilbride trying to find something nice right here. The 1-2 is inside for ball 2. Count goes even. On a nice night here in Jackson, 64 degrees. First pitch temperature. Sunset in just over 2 hours. We'll see how much light we have for this baseball game, how long this baby takes between the Triceratops and the Hawks, and they got him looking. Gutierrez walks back to the dugout and watches the pitch fly right by. First strikeout of the afternoon, evening for Keegan Gilbride. First pitch offering, swung on and missed by Dorn. Colby Dorn, Brownstown, Michigan native. Local kid. For Henry Ford College, the 0-1 offering is swung on, lifted, left field, right spot, right time, Dredger for the third out of the inning. Henry Ford strands a pair of base runners in the top of the first, and the Triceratop bats will get going after this quick break. Back here in Jackson, bottom of the first for Cuyahoga's bats. And they're going to look at Gallimore, who's on the mound tonight for the Hawks. That's Evan Gallimore. 6'3", 205, standing on the bump from Riverview, Michigan. Sophomore trying to wheel and deal for Henry Ford. Again, Casey Robertson got the start in the first game for the Hawks. Played well against Grand Rapids Community College, but was unable to find sustained success down the stretch as he was relieved, and eventually the Hawks were unable to successfully defeat GRCC. Leading off for Cuyahoga will be Kohan Merritt. He's playing third base today for the Triceratops, who come into this game with a 31-17 record, 13-3 in conference play, won the NJCAA regular season championship by one game. Still some conversation being had here before play resumes in this first inning. 6:36 the current time, about half an hour after we were supposed to have our scheduled start. Kohan Merritt gets things going for Cuyahoga. For Kohan Merritt this season so far, solid showing. He pinch hit yesterday. Only difference being in this lineup earlier, rather, I should say. Merritt fouls this one back. Only difference in the lineup here, Merritt getting the start. He pinch hit in the lineup earlier today. As this one is popped into the infield. Chopper to the shortstop, throw to first, outstretched legs, Villarreal to Dorn in time. Diddy Farrell was in the lineup earlier, not in the lineup to start here tonight See if he makes an appearance as a pinch hitter for Tri-C. Nate Hill up to the plate now, best power hitter, north of 400 average, 11 home runs on the season for Cuyahoga. Already one away here in this inning, one up, one down for the Tops. Following the 6-3 ground out from Merritt, what can Hill do? Here catching tonight for the Triceratops. Triceratops are dangerous when they get on base. Coming into the tournament, they had 214 total stolen bases as a team, which was tied for the first most nationally. Trying to get on base is Nathan Hill. He's been the best at doing so this season so far for Tri-C. His count now sits 2-1 on Hill. Gallimore winds, delivers, fires. This one lifted high into the air to left field. Sane settling underneath it and making the catch.
Number 5, Vinny Gallagher.
Vinny Gallagher, the first baseman tonight for Cuyahoga, will step up in the 3 spot in this order. And A.J. Trobenner is on deck, batting cleanup for the Teal and Black. First pitch into the zone for strike 1 of the at-bat. Wind has significantly decreased. It's been a theme here throughout this entire day. Started off 16-mile-an-hour winds. Now they are 7-mile-an-hour winds as this one skied out to deep right field. Tracking is Orsetti. Calls off Gutierrez, makes the grab, and ends the inning. Henry Ford able to knock down Cuyahoga 1-2-3. And we will see the Hawks bats coming up next. Don't go anywhere. This is Region 12 Baseball Championship coverage. Landon Gross up first to swing it for the Hawks here in the second inning. Back here in Jackson, Michigan, Jack Vohwinkle to bring you all the coverage live from the Region 12 baseball tournament. Double elimination, and this one is the first elimination game that we have seen so far here in this tournament. The final game of our 3-game set here this afternoon. 3 more occurring tomorrow, and then potentially 2 on Saturday, maybe 1, depending on who and what the result is for that contest. Landon Gross sitting at third base tonight defensively for the Hawks. That pitch finds the zone. Check swing for strike 1. Keegan Gilbride still wheeling and dealing through 1 inning. A couple of hits. Trying to get back on track right here. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a foul off into the dugout. Quickly down 0-2 now is Gross, and he'll have to start protecting here with 2 strikes. This pitch, foul tipped. We will reset here. Still 2 strikes on Gross. Landon Gross stepping back in, the righty, facing off against Keegan Gilbride. One strikeout so far, Phil Gilbride, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, make it 2. Landon Gross goes down swinging. Gutierrez went down looking. 2 strikeouts, 4-14 on the bump, and there's one away here in this inning. It brings up the catcher here for the Hawks in Gavin Boley. Boley smacks this one out to right field. Backtracking, can't make the catch, up against the wall. In right is Bowles. Into second safely, sliding down is Gavin Boley. He's got a 1-out double here in the second inning. We're scoring it at home, 2B9. Brings up Eddie Trey Sane III. Man of many names in the 8 spot for Henry Ford. Runner on second base. Trying to drive home a run to get the scoring started for both teams. The pitch to Trey Sane. This one grounded down the third baseline and in between the third baseman and the shortstop Botnick. Toss in, and the runner stays put at third. A little bit of a mishandled catch by Botnick. Nonetheless, runners on the corners as Trey Sane is able to make his way to first base. Only one away, runners on the corners. Official scoring, Trey Sane did in fact single. Through that left side, and that's where we sit right now. Runners on the corners here in the top of the first. 0-0 score, already 3 hits for the Hawks. The pitch down low. Santana Villarreal up to the plate now for Henry Ford. Another fun name in the lineups we have in this tournament. Count sits 1-0 from Keegan Gilbride. Looks on, the pitch. This one tossed out to right field and a base hit. Could potentially be extra bases. Run comes home, decides to stick it first. And Henry Ford is on the board. Santana Villarreal drives home Boley. And the Hawks have a 1-0 lead. Three straight hits now for the Hawks. Boley doubled, Trey Sane singled. Now Villarreal with an RBI base knock into right field. Brings up the top of the order in Braylon Orsetti. Still only 1 away for the Hawks. The 0-0 fouled back. Again, win or go home for both Henry Ford and Cuyahoga. Black and Teal will return to Ohio with a loss today, and Henry Ford will march on back to Dearborn with a number in the loss column as well. 0-1 pitch, well outside. Nice readjustment from Hill to pull in that ball. Make sure it didn't get past him because Sane would have used that speed and potentially scored. Count now sits even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here for Keegan Gilbride on the mound. looks on, fires the pitch. This one lifted out to left field, having to cover a lot of ground, and making the catch is Dredger. But Trey Sane will scurry home and make this one 2-0, favoring the Hawks. Brings up Casey Robertson. Righty steps in to try to put a ball in play here in the batter's box against Keegan Gilbride. Mentioned earlier, Keegan Gilbride, the best ERA coming into this tournament on the team, 2.84. This pitch down low and inside for ball one. Through 38 innings of work this season before this morning's game. Still a runner on first here for Henry Ford with 2 away. Gilbride winds and fires. This pitch just outside the zone. Count moves in favor of Robertson, 2-0. Robertson flew out to right field in his first at-bat of the contest. Henry Ford looking to win this tournament. This one goes foul. Henry Ford looking to win this tournament for the first time since 1994. Cuyahoga in that same boat, a long tournament drought, looking to earn their first victory since 1989. Two balls, one strike. Triceratops looking to get out of this inning. 2 away. This pitch inside to Robertson, and he'll take his free base. Count wasn't updated. It was, in fact, a walk. And actually nicked Robertson in the top side, so official ruling is hit by pitch. He trots over to first. Keegan Gilbride has to watch himself here, not to lose some command early on in this elimination game. Gilbride winds and fires with 2 men on. This pitch goes low. Thomas trying to put the ball in play for the Hawks. Gilbride looks on, fires this one, swung on and missed. Caleb Thomas with a big-time cut. Thomas this year, the redshirt sophomore, batting .313. Lifts this one, a pop-up into the infield, calling off everyone and making the catch just behind the mound is Keegan Gilbride. And the inning is over, but not before Henry Ford is able to drive home a couple of runs, put themselves ahead on the scoreboard 2-0 in this win or go home situation. We'll be back with more in a moment right after this.
To the end of the day, the clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on. Didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far. It doesn't even matter. find this rhyme to remind myself how I tried so hard. In spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property, remembering all the times you fought with me, I'm surprised it got so. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. You kept everything
Back here in Summit Township, Michigan.
Number 29, AJ Trobenter.
And AJ Trobenter, the catcher for Cuyahoga, is up to the plate and looking to do some damage and match Henry Ford's two-run spot in the second inning here in the bottom of the second frame. Gallimore winds and fires this first pitch in the zone for strike one. Trobenter swings and misses at that offering from Gallimore. Evan Gallimore wheeling and dealing for Henry Ford today. Winds, fires, this pitch low. Nice stop by Boley behind the dish. Calm and peaceful evening here in Jackson, Michigan. Game 3 of 3 today. This pitch outside. Two balls, two strikes. The offering, swing and a miss. A.J. Trobenter walks his way back to the dugout as Evan Gallimore gets the best of him in that at-bat. Nash Dredger up to the plate. The righty steps in. He's in left tonight for the Triceratops. First pitch offering inside for ball one. One 0 count. Henry Ford up 2-0 early in this contest. This one skied high into the air. In right field. Settling underneath and making the catch is Gutierrez to retire Dredger.
Number 48, Braden Bortnick.
Braden Bortnick will try to get the Triceratop bats going here with two away in this second inning. Bottom of the second, that is for Cuyahoga, the designated home team, higher seed in this elimination game. Shows bunt and does down the third base line. Running towards it is Gross. Try to throw over to first. Is it in time? It is. Dorn outstretched the legs once more and makes another fantastic effort to pop out of this inning. Cross diamond action between Gross and Dorn, and the Hawks are feeling it defensively and in the batter's box. Let's see if they can continue that. We return right here.
Number 10, Emmanuel Gutierrez.
Emmanuel Gutierrez to lead things off here for Henry Ford. A nice catch in right field defensively in the inning prior. Now here in the top of the third, gets to get his bat going here as a lefty steps in to face off against Keegan Gilbride. First pitch. Rattles back into the netting. Hits the camera just below it. Using that naturally gifted reach is Tim Johnston to fix the camera. Reach of a dinosaur, he says. Potentially a triceratops, I'm not sure. Count sits 0-2 from Gilbride here against Gutierrez. Struck out looking, his first at bat. 0-2 pitch misses outside. 1-2 count sits from Gilbride. Gilbride winds, fires, delivers, and this one off the glove of Hill. 2-2 the count now. The offering is down into the dirt. So Keegan Gilbride watches the count go full. Actually called a foul ball there, and this one swung on and missed. So regardless, Gutierrez, back-to-back strikeouts.
Number 21, Colby Dorn.
First one looking, second one swinging, and Colby Dorn steps up. He lined out to left field in his last time up. Dorn watches the first pitch, find the zone for strike one. Colby Dorn, second on this team in total doubles this year. 29 runs batted in for Dorn. This pitch finds the zone again for strike two. Batting .293 on the year is the redshirt sophomore first baseman. Quickly down to the count. No, got to start protecting here against Gilbride. Winds, fires the 0-2. Swung on, pop foul. Colby Dorn's played in 42 of 47 games for the Hawks this year. OPS of just above 800 as this pitch fades low in the dirt for ball one. Nice night for baseball in this elimination game. 1-2 count from Gilbride. This pitch, did he go? He did. Strike three. The check swing unable to be held up by Dorn. Back-to-back strikeouts right here for Keegan Gilbride. Landon Gross steps up to the plate. He struck out in his last at-bat as well. 4 strikeouts now on the game for Gilbride, who's up on the hill for the Triceratops. 2-0 lead for the Hawks. First offering in there for strike one. No balls. 1 strike. 2 gone here in this inning. The pitch swung on and missed. Filthy stuff right there from Gilbride. Gross down to his last strike of the at-bat. Got to start swinging at strikes here if you're 19 in blue. Gross at third base here for the Hawks tonight. The 0-2 pitch. bounces away from the catcher in Hill for the first ball of the at-bat. Count sits 1-2 on Gross. Second time he's been faced with this count. Last time he struck out, he does it again. Gutierrez, Dorn, Gross all go down swinging. Keegan Gilbride has found his stuff. And we will come back from this break to take a look at the Cuyahoga Bats when we return. Back here at Jackson College, win or go home situation for Cuyahoga and Henry Ford. Both community colleges in this tournament looking to win a game to stay alive, and the loser has won twice in a row and will be eliminated from the Region 12 tournament. Jameer Ross will step up to the plate. He's playing in center field. He played in left in their first game earlier today. He will still be faced against Gallimore. Evan Gallimore still wheeling and dealing on the mound. Bowles is on deck. First pitch offering lined into the gap in left for a base hit. Jameer Ross able to get aboard. One pitch, one on. Nobody gone here in the third. Brings up number 18, Jackson Bowles. Jackson Bowles here at Jackson College. Trying to get himself on the base paths for the first time in this game. Again, Cuyahoga was defeated 10-4 against Macomb. The pitch. Nice job right there from Gallimore and Boley behind the dish to work together to make that a strike. Gallimore winds, fires, swung on, and missed. 2 strikes now for Jackson Bowles. Bowles in right field tonight for Cuyahoga. And Tri-C trying to stay alive here in this tournament. Only out-of-state team. Trying to keep it that way, heading into Friday's action. 1-2 from Gallimore. This pitch just outside. Two balls, 2 strikes to Jackson Bowles. Run around first is Jameer Ross. He decides to go. The 1-hopper, 2-hopper throw is off the glove That bounced off the mound, took a couple of hops awkwardly, and was unable to be completed to second base, and Jameer Ross gets the steal. For Jameer Ross, that's his 27th stolen base of the year, which leads this Triceratops team. Full count now against Jackson Bulls. Nobody gone. Runner in scoring position. Here in the third inning. Henry Ford College, Cuyahoga, duking it out. And he will take his free pass to first. 2 on, nobody gone here for Tri-C's offense. Stepping up to the plate is number 10, Zeelan Yanmez. Trying to pop it into play to get the Triceratops rolling. And I mentioned it in the broadcast earlier when they were defeated by Macomb. Cuyahoga Community College is the only NCAA Division I, II, or III, NAIA, or JUCO team to have their mascot be a Triceratops. Creative stuff down there in Cuyahoga. The 0-0, bounced up the middle, off the bunt, trying to field it, cannot. Throw goes high and above the head. This one could be trouble. Racing home, using that speed is Jameer Ross. And the Triceratops get on the board right on cue. Runners at the corners now as a mishandled play from Gallimore. And Tri-C's in business with still nobody gone. Dugout is fired up for the teal and black. The 0-0. This one grounded up the middle. Nice play. Flipped to second. Relay to first. Did he get him? He did not. Run is scored. Fantastic effort to try to turn 2. And Thomas flipped to Villarreal. Throw to Dorn, not in time. Triceratops are able to score one more and tie this ball game up at 2.
Number 9, Nathan Hill.
Nathan Hill up to bat. Over 400, the average for Hill this season. Triceratops making some noise. The 1-0 outside and down for ball 2. Two the score. Third inning here in Jackson. Runner on first is Cohan Merritt. Gallimore trying to wind, fire, find his stuff, and that one's fouled away. Bounces back down. Evan Gallimore this year for Henry Ford. Sophomore started 10 games entering today. Now make it 11. 3-4 record in the win-loss column. 7.38 ERA. 42 strikeouts entering today. Now has 43, of course. A.J. Trobenner struck out in his last time up. Nate Hill flew out to left field in his last plate appearance. He looks to make that different here with a runner on first. Merritt reaching the fielder's choice. Batted a run in to tie the game for Cuyahoga. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch, chop foul. Count goes full here in the 3rd. Prehistoric noises being made by the Cuyahoga dugout. Not sure if that's a Triceratops, T-Rex, Velociraptor. This one is flied out to right field, but foul. Want to roll down into the dirt. Count continues to stay full against Nate Hill, best power bat in this lineup. Trying to showcase it here. Triceratops making some noise. Runner goes. He got him looking. Merritt scampers over to second, but Nate Hill goes down on strikes. Second strikeout of the evening for Gallimore, and it brings up Gallagher in the 3 spot for Tri-C. The pitch. Missed the zone. Vinny Gallagher, the sophomore. 115 plate appearances entering today's contest, so make it 117 now, as this is his 2nd of the game. The pitch. In the zone for strike 1. Count goes even. 400 even average for Vinny Gallagher. OPS a 1.109. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second. The pitch. Flied up in the air, but foul behind the press box. Gallagher, 48 RBIs on the campaign, which does lead this team overall this season. He flew out deep to center field in his last time up. Now finished the 1-2 count. The pitch. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Gallagher trying to protect. Gallimore trying to wheel and deal. Winds and fires. This one is just outside the zone. Triceratops tied the game after falling down 2-0 to Henry Ford. 2-2 pitch from Gallimore. Swung on and fouled back again. 33 pitches and counting for Gallimore in this game. 22 of them have been strikes. Seventh pitch of the at-bat will ensue against Gallagher. Getting loud here in this elimination game in Jackson. Gallagher steps up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tied a 2-2 game here in the 3rd. The pitch from Gallimore. Swung on, fouled again. Staying alive is Vinny Gallagher. Most consistent bats in this lineup include Gallagher. Trying to make that name for himself even more here. The 2-2. Swung on, chopped up the middle to second base. Thomas mishandled it. Gallagher fights his way. An 8-pitch at bat. Puts himself on first base. Fielding errors today for many different teams have been a problem. Gallagher reaches on an error by the second baseman, Thomas. Mound meeting here for Henry Ford. No action in the pen yet, so just a nice conversation to get Gallimore in the right headspace as Evan has lost his footing here in the last couple at-bats. That one, a big-time fight from Gallagher, as he was able to get aboard with an 8-pitch at-bat. Scores 2-2 here in the third inning. Already almost an hour past first pitch. Gallimore trying to wheel and deal. Tro Benner struck out in his first at-bat, fouls that pitch off. Outfield Sane, Orsetti, and Gutierrez from left to right, respectively, for the Hawks. Again, the 0-1 count from Gallimore. Wind, fire, and a whiff. Tro Benner's been eager to swing today. So far hasn't paid off. Now down 0-2, got to protect. Two the score. No balls. 2 strikes. With 2 gone in this inning and a runner on first for Cuyahoga. Teal and Black trying to get on the scoreboard once more to take the lead. Runner on third in Merritt also awaits. One, two, swing and a miss. He got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tro Benner in his first 2 at-bats. And Gallimore gets the best of him there. Score stays 2-2. Cuyahoga strands 2 on the bases. We'll be back with the 4th inning next. Back here in Jackson, 2-2 the score between Cuyahoga Community College and Henry Ford College. Hawks hail from Dearborn, Michigan. Made the trek down here yesterday morning. Take on Grand Rapids Community College in that game. Took place yesterday.
Number 4, Gavin Bowley.
About 12,000 undergraduate students attend Henry Ford College. Its campus again located in Dearborn, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. This one smacked out into left field for a base hit by Gavin Bowley. A double, now a single for number 4, and he's on base in back-to-back appearances at the plate.
Number 1, Trey Sane.
Keegan Gilbride struck out the side of the most recent inning before this one, so for Gavin Bowley, that's a good way to get back at it. Gutierrez, Dorn, and Gross went down 1, 2, 3 in order, all swinging the bat. Trey Saint was able to get aboard in a single in his first at-bat. Left fielder for Henry Ford. Eventually was driven home by Santana Villarreal. A drop pitch there from Hill behind the dish. 0-1 count ensues from Keegan Gilbride. 5 hits already for Henry Ford, only 1 for Cuyahoga in a 2-2 game. Sane rips this one, left field, right spot, right time. Missed Dredger to make the catch, and trotting back to first is Gavin Bowley.
Number 8, Santana Villarreal.
Santana Villarreal, a single and RBI one at that to drive home the aforementioned Trey Sane III. It was the first of 2 runs scored in that inning for Henry Ford, a 2 spot in the top of the second. We've now reached the top of the 4th. This one driven out into left center field for a base knock. Santana Villarreal is 2 for 2 today, and it brings up Orsetti for the 3rd time as the Henry Ford Hawks have batted around twice.
Now up for the Hawks, number 27, Braylon Orsetti.
No balls, no strikes, of course, here on Braylon Orsetti. Singled in his first at-bat, ripped a sac fly to drive home a run, the 2nd run of the game for Henry Ford. First pitch of the at-bat pops into the zone for strike 1. 2 aboard here for the Hawks, a runner on 1st and 2nd. 1 out here for Henry Ford. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded. First base. Tossed to second. Relay back. Not in time. They knock out the runner at second, though. Nice play. Gallagher tossing it over to Botnick. Unable to pop it back to Gilbride at first as he rotated over. Runners at the corners now for Henry Ford with 2 away.
Number 35, Casey Robertson.
Casey Robertson, the Shohei Ohtani of Henry Ford, steps up to the plate, can do it all. Pitched 5 innings in their game yesterday. Leads the team in home runs. Top 3 in strikeouts as well. On the mound, that is. First pitch of the at-bat outside for ball 1. Robertson awaits the pitch from Keegan. Gilbride winds, fires inside the zone for strike 1. Robertson was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat of the contest. Orsetti stands at first. Gilbride tosses back to that aforementioned first base, scampering back quickly and safely is Orsetti. Robertson, the designated hitter here for Henry Ford. Up to the bat now with 2 outs. This one driven high into the air. Backtracking, looking on, making the grab. From the shortstop position is Botnick. And that is all she wrote for this inning of play. Triceratops and Hawks tied at 2. We'll be back with more in a moment. Region 12 coverage right here. Stick around.
the Tops, number 26, Nash Dreiger.
Back here in the fourth inning, Henry Ford and Cuyahoga. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. First pitch in the zone for strike one. 2-2 game tied between Henry Ford and the Triceratops. This pitch lined out to center field for a base hit, and Dredger is aboard. Gets things going here in the bottom of the fourth with a base knock out to right field. And it brings up Botnick here, who is 0 for 1 on the evening, a ground out in his first at-bat. Third baseman comes in, throw down to second, gets away from him. Able to scamper all the way to third is Dredger, sliding in safely, nobody gone, and already a runner on third here for Tri-C. Bortnick still at the plate. Runner on third. Count sits 1-0. The pitch. Skied foul. One run from Gallimore. Gets away. Can the play be made at the plate? Safely standing. Tri-C takes the lead. As Dredger is safe at home. Official scored as a pass ball. Runner comes home. And the Triceratops have taken the 3-2 lead. Started this game down 2-0 and climbed all the way back to take their first lead of the contest here against Henry Ford. Gallimore trying to right the ship as this pitch sails low. Now the count 3-1 against Bortnick. Base is now empty thanks to that pass ball. Run scored. Heads up base running for 26 in teal. This one flied out to center field. Settling underneath it is Orsetti and making the grab. Bortnick's 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a fly out, and it brings up Jameer Ross, who was able to get on base, his first at bat in the first pitch of the inning that he led off. Jameer Ross playing in center here for Tri-C. Started the game last time up against Macomb and left. Moved him over to center halfway through that one. Getting the start in center. We'll see if he pops back over to left at any time in this one. 3-2 the score, the pitch. Lifted out of the dirt by Gavin Boley. Count goes even. The wind is effectively not a factor anymore as it's gone all the way down to 4-mile-an-hour sustained winds after starting the day at 18. Foul away, 1-2. Perfect night for some May baseball here on this Thursday evening. 1-2 the count now on Jameer Ross. This one down in the dirt to even things up. Counts 2-2 here in this fourth inning, bottom of the fourth. An exchange of the baseballs here on the playing surface from the home plate umpire, and play will resume momentarily. Jameer Ross steps out, face for the 2-2 count. One away, nobody on here in this inning. 2-2, lifted into right field. Tracking the ball in the air is Gutierrez, making the grab for the second out of the inning. Makes Ross's day 1 for 2 as he flies out to right there.
Number 18, Jackson Bowles.
Jackson Bowles up to the plate now for Cuyahoga CC. And as I mentioned earlier, coming into this game with a 31-17 record overall. Lost the game earlier today to Macomb. End of the tournament. 30 wins in season for back-to-back years for Tri-C. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The pitch outside. Jackson Bowles walked in his first at-bat. Was able to work his way up from an 0-2 count to force that walk. It was Jackson Bowles, and now quickly has advantage 2-0 here. He lifts this one high into the air to right. Backtracking once more is Gutierrez to the wall. He makes the catch. Oh, man. Efforts in right from Gutierrez sends this inning over. That one had some serious carry. And Gutierrez in the right spot at the right time to make the catch. Top of the 5th, coming up next when we return. Top of the 5th here in Jackson. Henry Ford and Cuyahoga in a win-and-go-home situation. 3-2 the score, favoring the Triceratops. Up to the plate to swing them here for the Hawks is number 11, Caleb Thomas. The pitch. First one of the at-bat finds the zone for strike 1. 0-1 count here in the top of the 5th. Almost halfway home here in Jackson. This pitch finds the zone for strike 2. Now down 0-2. Got to protect if you're Thomas. Keegan Gilbride still going strong. No action in the Cuyahoga pen as of now. The pitch just outside the zone. That ball missed inside. So now it's Thomas. It's 1-2. Pitch from Gilbride. Swung on and fouled away. Thomas making some strap adjustments and walking back into the batter's box to reset, face with a 1-2 count. Popped up to the pitcher in his first at-bat. Gillibride was able to settle underneath it just a couple of feet behind the mound. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He got him.
Number 10, Emmanuel Gutierrez.
Gutierrez up to the plate. Now he struck out in back-to-back plate appearances as well. The 6th strikeout of the evening for Keegan Gilbride. He is cooking right now on the bump. Gutierrez struck out looking in his first at-bat. Struck out swinging in his second at-bat. And here's the first pitch of his third. Foul chopped over to the first base line. The 0-1. Just outside the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. 3-2 score favoring Cuyahoga. In Game 4 of 8, potentially 9, in this Region 12 tournament, the 1-1. Misses. Two-one the count now from Gilbride. Finds the zone on that stuff right there to even the count up. Two balls, 2 strikes. The count Hill Gilbride already struck out 6. Trying to make it 7. The 2-2, he does. Whiff and a miss. He got him. Gutierrez down on strikes for the 3rd straight time here in this contest. Brings up Colby Dorn. Lined out to left field in his first at-bat and struck out swinging. He was part of that 1-2-3 struck out side inning for Keegan Gilbride earlier on in this one. And now right here, Gilbride is feeling himself. 7 strikeouts and counting. This one chopped over. 3rd baseline, Merritt. Fire over to Gallagher in time. Henry Ford bats on the struggle bus as of late. Cuyahoga with a 1-run lead as we move on here halfway home in Jackson.
Number 10, Zealand Yanmaz.
Back here in Jackson, Henry Ford trying to get their way out of this inning and prevent Cuyahoga from growing the scoreboard even more. The bats have not been successful. Gallimore trying to help them on the bump as this one fouled off. Zealand Yanmaz up to the plate. He bunted up the middle and drove home a run in his first at-bat. And Maz facing off against Gallimore. The pitch, this one lined up the middle for a base hit. He gets on base for the Triceratops. 1 up, 1 on here in the 5th. Back-to-back on-base appearances for 10 in teal.
Number 1, Kohan Merritt.
As he's 2 for 2 on the day. Kohan Merritt steps up to the plate. He's playing third tonight for Cuyahoga. Grounded in to a shortstop first base play in his first at-bat. And then drove in a run off a fielder's choice in his second. And this one's going to get down in the outfield. Could potentially be extra bases. It might, but they might tag him out instead. And he's safe. A missed tag at second from Thomas. And there's now 2 runners in scoring position for Cuyahoga with nobody gone here in the 5th. They're trying to build off of their already existing 1-run lead.
Number 9, Nate Hill.
Here we go. A warning has been assessed on Thomas, the second baseman. And Caleb Thomas, on the heels of that strikeout in the batter's box, getting warned because of his chirping. Henry Ford, head coach, stepping out there talking to the umpire, frustrated, saying, Cuyahoga's been chirping all game long. I guess whatever Caleb Thomas said at second base warrants more of a punishment than all the prehistoric noises being made from the dugout down the third base line. There was a chance that this game could get chirpy. Be one of the more toxic environments we've had. And it might live up to that here as Henry Ford and Cuyahoga chatting it up right here. Waiting around trying to settle things down, figure things out. This may be the Region 12 Division II tournament, but these guys on the field are most definitely D1 chirpers. Here we got some problems here at second base. We'll see what's going to start happening. Henry Ford and Cuyahoga getting after it. We'll step aside until things get figured out here in Jackson. 3-2 the score, favoring Cuyahoga. I'll be back in a jiff. Back here in Jackson, still some shenanigans to be figured out on the field. It's getting good here. Chippiness in full effect between Henry Ford and Cuyahoga. Coaching staffs jawing at each other left and right. Umpires trying to settle things down and figure things out. The Cuyahoga dugout is fired up. Henry Ford on the other side, a little bit low-key compared to Tri-C's dugout right now, but nonetheless, Henry Ford will reconvene at the mound. Number 1, Cohan Merritt was on second base. He's now been removed as member of the Henry Ford coaching staff, walking over and talking things over with some members of the Tri-C team. It's getting chippy here in this winner go home situation. Both these guys know how to jaw. Already a late start in this one. It's going to go even later with that elongated pause. So Merritt will trot back to second base. No one ejected after all of that on the field, so good news there. And up to the plate, of course, is Nate Hill.
Now batting for Cuyahoga, number 9, Nathan Hill.
The variety of public address announcers here today at Jackson College has been fantastic. Third time's the charm. Tim Johnston letting everybody know what's going on. As you just mentioned, Nate Hill, the best power bat in this order. Bat north of 400. Cuyahoga dugout fired up. Hill fouls that one, chops it all the way over the left-hand side. 0-1 count now against Hill. The 0-1. Outside the zone for ball 1. Gavin Boley able to make sure that ball didn't get by. One even count pitch outside. Triceratops have 2 on, both in scoring position. Here with a 1-run lead, 3-2 over Henry Ford. Nate Hill at the plate trying to stretch that lead out once more. 0 for 2 here today. Hill chops it foul down the first base line. Cuyahoga's faithful also getting in on the action verbally from the stands. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody gone here. The count on Nate Hill. Backwards K in his most recent plate appearance. He's worked the count full. Hill winding the bat. The arm wounded by Gallimore. This one roped foul. Nate Hill got a hold of that baseball, but it just went foul. Man, if it's picking up on the natural sound, these two teams can sure jaw at each other, left and right. Nate Hill, full count offering ensues from Gallimore. 2 runners on for the Triceratops. This one lifted high into the air, out to right field. Gutierrez tracking in foul territory, making the catch, a long throw to go. Runners tag and come home. Yanmaz crosses the plate, extends the lead 4-2 for the Triceratops, and it puts Merritt on third base with a sac fly from Hill. Vinny Gallagher now up to the plate, flew out to center field and reached on an error in his first 2 plate appearances. First baseman fouls this one back. Cuyahoga, after trailing 2-0 after 2, has climbed back to take a 4-2 lead here in the 5th. The pitch outside, count goes even. Already almost to 8 o'clock here in Jackson. The 1-1 is high. Two balls, one strike. Here against Gallagher. The pitch. He went. The drama building here in the 5th inning. The delayed call from the third base umpire says the check swing went a little too far over the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count now. 1 gone here in the 5th. Runner on third, Gallagher. Knocks it foul. Two balls, 2 strikes. Still the offering. Skied in 2. The Tri-C bullpen. Some action over in the Henry Ford bullpen. We'll see how much longer Gallimore gets the nod on the bump. Trying to stay warm over in the Tri-C bullpen is Keegan Gilbride. It's been a very long time since he's been out on the field, thanks to all the theatrics that delayed this inning just a little bit. The 2-2 offering from Gallimore is outside the zone. Good discipline right there from Gallagher to make the count go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Not a cloud in the sky here in this fantastic May evening. The full count offering fouled back into the netting and mangling with the camera. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The offering, chop foul. Tenth pitch of the at-bat ensues here from Gallimore against Gallagher. What gal will get the best of this battle? 3-2, offering, skied out to center field, backtracking, centering, making the grab as Orsetti, but the run comes home. Tri-C has extended the lead 5-2 on the deep sacrifice fly off the bat of Vinny Gallagher. 2 straight sac flies have resulted in 2 straight runs scored on back-to-back at-bats from Hill and Gallagher for Tri-C. Base is now empty. This one lined into left field for a base hit in the first one of the afternoon for A.J. Trobenner. Struggled in the first game against Macomb. They continued here. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin this contest. Finally gets on base with a knock here with 2 outs in the 5th. Brings up Nash Dredger. Still 2 gone. The pitch. Scampering down to second. The throw is not in time. Dredger sneaks down and gets to second safely. Nash Dredger, his 22nd stolen base of the 2026 campaign, puts himself in scoring position with 1 away. The pitch down in the dirt once more. Count now in favor of Dredger. The pitch into the zone for strike one. That one fouled, popped back over the dugout. It was A.J. Trobenner, pardon me, on the steal. Of course, Dredger is the one currently at bat. It's his third stolen base attempt and conversion of the year. Dredger still has 21 steals on the campaign, though, nonetheless. As he steps in here in a 2-2 count. This pitch is low. Count goes full. Full count offering in the works from Gallimore. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. This one lifted high into the crisp Jackson air. Tracking towards it, making the grab in foul territory is Thomas. And he records the 3rd out of the inning. Chippiness in full effect here, and a 5-2 lead for Cuyahoga in this win or go home matchup. Back with more in a moment. Baseball, Region 12. Here in Jackson. Stick around.
Leading off for the Hawks, 19, Landon Gross.
Landon Gross stepping in to the batter's box for Henry Ford. Top of the 6th here in Summit Township, Michigan. Jack Vohwinkle here to bring you all the action live from this Region 12 elimination game here on day 2 of the tournament. The 0-0 in the zone for strike one. Nasty stuff right there from Gilbride, who's still working, wheeling and dealing. In the top of the 6th, still no one, also to note, working in the pen for Cuyahoga. The pitch misses for ball 1. Only 74 pitches for Gilbride, though, here through 5 innings of work. Currently in his 6th, the pitch inside the zone for strike 2. Gilbride's also struck out 7 people here in this game so far. Grounder, third base. Similar play to the last time we saw a Hawk batter. And the same result, a 5-3 ground out for Colby Dorn.
Batters 4, Gavin Boley.
And Landon Gross in a row. And brings up Gavin Boley. Gavin Boley a double and a single so far in this game. He's been solid, 2 for 2 on the evening. Here in the 6th inning, already 2 hours gone from the scheduled start time of this game. First pitch of the at-bat is offered outside the zone for ball 1. Winds, fires the pitch. Outside again, 2-0 the count now. On to Boley. Wind, fire, high once more. Hitter's favorable count on Boley. Here in Jackson, win or go home. Right now, Cuyahoga in the driver's seat. Hawks trying to change that right here. Pitch in the zone. Home plate umpire signals that he struck him out. That, of course, was the 3-0 offering, so finds its way to the zone, a strike. Caught Boley a little off guard. 3-1 pitch from Gilbride. That one in the zone, and now the count goes full. He's worked all the way back down 3-0 has Gilbride to get back into positioning here with a full count against Boley. 7 strikeouts so far for the Triceratops starter. Make it 8. Swing and a miss. 8 putouts here for Keegan Gilbride.
Batters 1, Trey Sane.
Trey Sane, the third, up to the plate now. Singled in his first at-bat and flew out to left field in the second. If he gets on base, he can fly. 2-2 score. The offering from Gilbride. Low of the zone. One O's fouled back by Sane. Trey Sane here this season. Sophomore batting .245 entering this contest. On base percentage .423. Slugging it just below 500. Forced 13 walks on the year in 55 plate appearances. The 2-1. This pitch fouled back again to Sane, and now the count evens up. Good old-fashioned baseball game here at Jackson College. The 2-2 offering is high, and the count goes full. See if Sane lets one fly. The Hawks could use it. They went ahead 2-0. Now find themselves down 5-2. Cuyahoga scored 5 unanswered runs. The pitch into the zone. He got him looking. Another putout for Keegan Gilbride. He is lining him up and knocking him down. Efficient pitching as he's now up to 86. 5-2 the score, favoring Cuyahoga, well in the driver's seat to advance.
off for Cuyahoga, 48, Braden Bortnick.
Braden Bortnick to lead things off here for Cuyahoga, and the first offering of the at-bat is just low of the zone for ball one here in the bottom of the sixth. Triceratops find themselves up 3, 5-2 in elimination game. Of course, Hawks trying to change that, but before they get a chance to do that offensively, it's still Gallimore, Evan Gallimore, dealing from the hill. The pitch is low. 3-0 count. Sun is now hidden here in Jackson. 3 balls, no strikes. That changes right now. That one finds the zone for strike 1. 3-1 count. What is Bortnick going to do with it? He decides to swing on it and pop it out to the outfield, tracking, making the sliding catches. Thomas, boy, he's made a nice defensive effort on a couple of plays so far here this evening. And trying to back up the jawing he was doing earlier. So far, so good here defensively. Lights have popped on here in Summit Township.
Better for Jameer Ross.
Jameer Ross up to the plate as Bortnick popped out. Ross, grounder to the shortstop. Fire over to first. Villarreal, the Dorn, in time. 2 up, 2 down here in the inning for Cuyahoga.
Now batting for Cuyahoga, 18, Jackson Bowles.
Jackson Bowles up to the plate. Walked in his first at-bat and flew out to right field in his second. This one lifted high into the air. Could be a quick inning. Thomas settling underneath, making the grab for the third out. 2 routine pop flies for Caleb Thomas at second base, combined with a ground out from Villarreal the Dorn. And that was a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Hawks defense that needed it bad. The Bats in blue coming up next to try to figure out if they can get over this hump and shrink this 3-run deficit. We'll find out when we return from Jackson. Keegan Gilbride still on the bump for the Triceratops, and he has been fantastic. 9 putouts here so far for number 14 in teal, and he looks to continue that here in this inning. For the first time all evening, there is some action in the pen. We'll see how much longer they continue to keep Gilbride on the hill. Setting up right now for Henry Ford is Santana Villarreal. A couple of singles, the first one driving home a run here in this game. 5-2 the score, as you can see, favoring Cuyahoga. Swing and a miss Just seems like everything is working from Gilbride. Struck out the side in the third inning. So far off to a good start here, the 0-1. That's a swing and a miss as well. This guy's stuff is disgusting here as of late for Keegan Gilbride. Trying to will the Triceratops to the next round of this tournament and send Henry Ford packing a Dearborn. Couple of innings left to go, but so far they're in the driver's seat. The 0-2. This one, oh man, just low of the zone. Not by much, I'll tell you that. 1-2 here from Gilbride. Wines fires this one, fouled off. Gilbride now up to 95 pitches after he hurls this one towards home. The 1-2, this one chopped. Down to the second baseman, Yanmaz. Toss to Gallagher is in time. Gilbride continuing to line him up and knock him down. Braylon Orsetti up to the plate, and he is the last base runner for the Hawks, as the lineup was just roasted by Gilbride. He last reach and a fielder's choice in his last at bat. First pitch swung on and missed. Common theme here for 14 and Teal. Again, Gilbride entered this game, the Akron native sophomore, with an ERA of 2.84, which led the team. The 0-1 pitch. This one skied out to left. Right positioning, right time, and catch for Dridger. Two gone.
For the Hawks, 35, Casey Robertson.
Casey Robertson, the Deion Sanders-esque talent for Henry Ford, steps up to the plate. Playing both sides of the ball. Starter yesterday for Henry Ford College. Now looks to get the bat going. This pitch into the zone. Robertson so far flew out to right in his first at-bat, was hit by a pitch in his second, popped out to shortstop in his most recent plate appearance, and now has faced an 0-2 count. Triple digits will be reached by Keegan Gilbride here with this next pitch against Robertson. The 0-2 with 2 away. Gilbride, ball in leather, winds the leg, and this one is swung on. 100th pitch of the evening results in the 10th strikeout for Keegan Gilbride. Wheeling and dealing is an understatement for the Triceratop on the bump. And right now the 5-2 lead has held steady for Cuyahoga. When we return, we will have the Henry Ford bats that are in much need, dire need, of some success. But before that, Cuyahoga trying to get it going on offense when we return.
Leading off for Cuyahoga, 10, Zaylen Yanmaz.
Yanmaz up to the plate for Cuyahoga. Trying to back up the masterful pitching performance display that we've seen from Keegan Gilbride on the mound. The 0-0 into the zone here from Gallimore. And Evan Gallimore's pitched pretty well today, too, for Henry Ford. Of course, 5 runs on the scoreboard for Cuyahoga. But Gallimore has done his fair share of work as that pitch finds the zone. And a quick 0-2 count now down is Yanmaz. Yanmaz, so far, a couple of singles. The first one, a bunt single that drove in a run for the black and teal. The 0-2 is swung on, dropped third strike, tossed down to first. In time, play made at the bag to retire Yanmaz. 4th strikeout of the evening for Gallimore. Gallimore is reaching triple digits or almost there. He's at 96 right now. 1 away here in this inning. Both arms have been worked. First pitch into the zone. 97th pitch of the evening for Evan. Finds its way into the strike zone. Pitch skied out into right field. Settling underneath it is Gutierrez for the 4th time this evening, and he puts him out. He's 4 for 4. Merritt goes down.
Now batting number
flying out to right. Nate Hill up to the plate. Flew out to left field in his first at-bat. Struck out looking in his second. Flew out to right, but they did drive home a run in his third. The pitch misses. With this pitch from Gallimore, both arms for both teams will have reached 100 pitches in the starters here this evening. The wind, the pitch is low. 100 pitches for Gallimore to match Keegan Gilbride's 100 as well. 200 combined pitches thrown for these two gentlemen tonight on the mound. 2-0 offering will ensue from Gallimore. He winds. He fires. This pitch misses the zone. Tell you what, none of us up here in the press box are dressed right now in umpire's attire and aren't necessarily the best judgment when it comes to making calls in the field, but sometimes, man, we just have to wonder. That pitch, though, called strike. 3-1. Count is fouled back. Full count ensues against Hill. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for the Triceratops, leading 5-2 over Henry Ford, who's trying to make a comeback effort. This one chopped down in the infield. Play made by the third baseman. Throw to first in time. Gross over to Dorn to get out of the inning. Nice effort by the third baseman Triceratop there. But no dice, says the third baseman Gross defensively. Toss over to Dorn in time. We move on here in Region 12. And back on the mound, you guessed it, is Keegan Gilbride to keep on working. We'll be back after this quick break. Don't go anywhere. Solid stuff from Tri-C. Caleb Thomas will lead things off here, the second baseman for Henry Ford. Back on the mound is Keegan Gilbride. 100 pitches even here. 68 of them have been strikes. That is a better strike-to-ball ratio than the grade I got on my math test last semester. So I'll give the guy credit. He's throwing them well. Barely passed that final, but thank goodness I did. No more classes needed to be taken in that regard. 5-2 the score. Triceratops lead. Hence the journalism major and the sports career I try to pursue. Gilbride trying to wheel and deal and continue this dominant effort. Double-digit strikeouts already for the guy on the bump. He's got 10 of them. Thomas struck out in his last at-bat swinging. The pitch shows bunt. This one in the zone. Thomas has made a nice couple of catches defensively, covering a lot of ground, making one in foul territory, catching a high pop-up earlier in this game. He's now down to the count 0-1. The pitch. Missed. 1-1. One ball, one strike. Here in the 8th. Top of in Jackson. This one misses low. Gilbride now up to 104 pitches after he throws this one, and they're going to have to start watching that count. A couple of arms warming up in the pen. At least it appears so for the Triceratops. Also, two in the pen as well for Henry Ford. Diving catch made in the outfield by Ross. Jameer Ross centering in on that baseball and pulling it in for the first out of the inning. Brings up Gutierrez, who has had, to put it lightly, a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts, all at the hand of Keegan Gilbride. First one was looking, latter 2 have been swinging. Here's the 0-0. This one swung on and fouled away. One of the best Tri-C arms on the roster, showcasing that here. And that stuff winds back into the zone for strike 2. Got to protect here if you're Gutierrez. Trying to will Henry Ford back into this game, down by 3. Winds, fires the 0-2. This one lifted high into the air. Foul territory, and it's out into the bullpen. Long, loud strike off the bat of Gutierrez, who's had himself a nice defensive effort out and right as well. Henry Ford dugout trying to get fired up and combat this display of pitching from Keegan Gilbride. The 0-2 swung on, popped up into the air. Backtracking, racing, making the catch in foul territory is Merritt. 2 up, 2 down here in the inning. Brings up Colby Dorn.
Now batting 21, Colby Dorn.
Dorn lined out in his first at-bat to left field, struck out in his second, and grounded into a 5-3 play in his most recent plate appearance. Gallagher, Yanmaz, Bortnick, and Merritt around the horn defensively again for the Triceratops. First pitch missed. Ball 1. The 1-0 to Dorn. Back into the zone to even things up. He is in the zone, is Keegan Gilbride. He winds. He fires. The 1-1 down low. Tell you what, folks, he doesn't even look like he's that tired out there on the bump. 2-1. This one skied into foul territory. High in the air, settling underneath, and making the catch is Vinny Gallagher in that first base spot, foul territory. And Tri-C is out of the inning here once more. New arm on the mound. We'll detail that and much more to see if the Hawks can get out of the inning and give themselves one last gasp effort to try to come back in this elimination game. 5-2 the score, favoring the Triceratops. We'll be back with more Region 12 baseball coverage in a moment.
Your attention, please. End to pitch for the Hawks is 13, Peter Vanez.
New arm on the mound for Henry Ford is Peter Vanez. As Evan Gallimore's day has come to a close. Through 7, he allowed 5 hits, 4 earned runs. Walked 1, struck out 4. Through 104 pitches with a 65% strike rate. If you're with us earlier, the 65% is exactly what I got on that aforementioned math test. So, me and Evan Gallimore right on par with each other. Here in Jackson, 5-2 the score, favoring the Triceratops. In the 8th inning, bottom of. Cuyahoga trying to extend the lead, move on in this tournament and send Henry Ford home. Peter Vanez, number 13.
Leading off for Cuyahoga, 5, Vinny Gallagher.
Vinny Gallagher, his first bat he's got to face. Vanez, the sophomore, 2-1 win-loss record this year. ERA just above 7 at 7.06. 43 hits allowed through 29 innings of work. This one by Vinny is popped down into left field, and that'll get toward the wall, and extra bases for 5. He rounds first, trots into second, and a one-pitch leadoff double. 4. Vinny Gallagher.
The batter's 29, A.J. Trobenter.
A.J. Trobenter, the designated hitter. He caught yesterday. So it looks like we're going to get a pinch runner out to the base pass here for Cuyahoga, and that's 42, Jacob Jones. And Jacob Jones in the lineup.
Your attention, please.
Batting yesterday for Tri-C, or excuse me, earlier today. Game's gone on forever that it feels like it was yesterday, but in essence it was just earlier this morning at 11 a.m. start time. 5-2 the score. Triceratops lead. Shows bunt, pulls back, pitch outside for a ball. We'll get going again tomorrow at 11 a.m. That pitch is inside the zone for strike one. These teams fighting to stay alive. And every other team that's not named Kellogg is trying to become the first champion not named KCC since 2023 when Lansing went back-to-back in 22 and 23. The pitch, this one, popped over. First baseman Dorn makes the catch out of the air for the first out of the inning.
Now batting 26, Nash Dreger.
Nash Dreger up to the plate. Strabenter pops out to the first baseman Dorn. Dreger so far flew out to right field. This pitch dropped. Flew out to right field in his first at-bat, singled in the second, and popped up to the second baseman Caleb Thomas in his third at-bat. I mentioned earlier, at 11 a.m. tomorrow, we'll get going with Macomb taking on Kellogg, the 1 seed and the 2 seed, duking it out at 11 a.m. Winner of this game, swing and a miss there from Dredger. Winner of this game will take on Grand Rapids in the losers bracket tomorrow at 2:30. And then the winner of that game will play back-to-back at 6 o'clock and take on the loser of the Macomb-Kellogg game. The winner of the Macomb-Kellogg game advances to the championship game taking place on Saturday at 1 p.m. Again, double elimination, so if the championship game consists of a team, of course, that has not lost, they'll have to beat them twice in order to crown themselves NJCAA Region 12 champions. Count now stands 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5-2 the score. Only one away here in this inning. Dredger up to bat. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Facing the new arm, this one grounded over to third. A caught in a pickle is the pinch runner Jones. He's going to try to run to home. The relay back to third. Jones trying to scamper. This could be trouble. He's got some speed. Tagged him in the back for the second out of the inning. Scampering back to second is 26 Dredger. There's now 2 outs in the inning as the lead runner is sent awry.
Now batting 48, Braden Bortnick.
Jones put himself in a pickle. Advances the runner to second base, and now there's somebody in scoring position again for Cuyahoga. Brings up Bortnick, a shortstop here today. Bortnick grounded out his first at-bat. He flew out to center field in the second and then popped up again to Caleb Thomas on those back-to-back pop-ups that he caught earlier on in his third at-bat. That's where we sit right now. 3.5 trips through the order so far for the Triceratops as Bortnick steps in. The pitch, high and near the shoulder for ball 1. Here in the 8th inning, temperatures now below 60 at 59 degrees. Still sunny here in Jackson. The 1-1 pitch. This one swung on and chopped foul. Peter Vanis, of course, the new arm in question for Henry Ford. Replaced Evan Gallimore. Vanis looks back to second. Now fires the pitch. This one fouled off again. It's been a good day of baseball here in Jackson. Macomb, Cuyahoga earlier, Kellogg, Grand Rapids An offensive showcase as this one is grounded up the middle for a base hit, rounding third and trying to come home is Dredger. The throw home is not in time, and Cuyahoga extends the lead. Thanks to a 2-out RBI double off the bat of Bortnick. Braden will settle on base on that second bag and bring up Jameer Ross. Ross so far today, 1 for 3. Singled in his first at-bat, then flew out to right field in the second, and grounded into a 6-3 play in his third. The pitch. Delivery from Peter Vanis went low. And Gallimore threw upwards of 100 pitches, and right now on the other side for Cuyahoga, we'll see if Keegan Gilbride comes back out to finish things off, or if they go with somebody else, as he's upwards of 100 as well. The pitch up the middle for another base hit off the bat of a Cuyahoga Triceratop. Rounding is Bortnick. Throw home, no play made, into second safely. Jameer Ross, another 2-out RBI double, and back-to-back for Cuyahoga. And it looks like right now for Henry Ford, they're going to look to the pen to try to settle things down, as Peter Vanis's appearance in Jackson has been short-lived. When we return, we will take a look at the new arm for Henry Ford College and bring you home the rest of the way on this Day 2 of Region 12 action. Don't go anywhere. This is Region 12.
Your attention, please. In to pitch for the Hawks is 32, Alex Wilson.
Alex Wilson into the game for Henry Ford. He's trying to settle things down. 7-2 the score here at Jackson College. Two gone in this inning. Taking the warm-up throws and tossing the ball around to get warmed up out of the pen is Alex Wilson. And so far for Wilson on the season, freshman's appeared in 10 games, now 11. Started one of them. He's 0-1 in the win-loss column. Pitched 26, a third inning. 12 strikeouts, also 12 walks. ERA just a little south of 9 at 8.78. He comes into this game in a spot where Henry Ford needs to just get this out and get out of the inning. Give their bats one more chance. But right now, Cuyahoga with 2 outs as a man on second. Jameer Ross was able to drive in a run, an RBI single. He advanced on the throw and now stands at the second base bag. Up to bat is Jackson Bowles for Cuyahoga, and he's going to be pinch hit for by number 7, Brock Miller.
Attention, please. Pinch hitting for Cuyahoga 7, Brock Miller.
So Miller will take his first swings of the contest. Brock Miller, the sophomore, appeared in 42 games for the Triceratops, so no stranger to playing time as the 0-0 is delivered in the zone for strike one. For Miller, batting average of .298 on the year. He's got 31 total hits, 11 of them for extra bases. No homers on the year so far. 0-1, down in the dirt. Nice stop right there from the catcher, Boley, to make sure that Jameer Ross did not get a head start. The sun setting here in Jackson on a long day of baseball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch in the zone. Frame job by Gavin Boley. Count now sits 1-2. Brock Miller going to try to protect with 2 strikes and 2 gone in this inning. Runner goes down to third. This one grounded up the middle for a base hit. Jameer Ross with a nice lead. It's going to pay off. He's into home safely. And it's an RBI single off the bat of the pinch hitter, Brock Miller, to extend the lead, 8-2.
Batters 10, Zaylen Yanmaz.
Zaylen Yanmaz up to the plate now, the 9-hole hitter. Miller stands on first base with 2 gone here for the Triceratops. This one chopped, foul. Lights have come on at the stadium, in the dugout, and across the campus here at Jackson College. Temperature dwindling down into the high 50s. 58 degrees is what we sit at right now. 8:47 p.m. This game got underway at approximately 6:20. The Triceratops lead 8-2 in this elimination game. This pitch fades low for ball 1 of the at-bat. One ball, 1 strike, 2 gone, and a runner on first. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt once more. Matchup that's on everybody's mind will take place tomorrow, like I said earlier, at 11 a.m. 2-seeded Macomb, ranked 22nd in the nation, takes on the number 1 team in the land, the 46-6 Kellogg Bruins. The pitch in the zone. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. And a 6-run lead for the Triceratops. Runner goes in Brock Miller, and he'll scamper all the way down to second safely. Brock Miller's 13th stolen base of the campaign. Full count offering will ensue from the pitcher. 32, Alex Wilson. Looks on. Lefty. Winds. Fires. Swung on. Popped high into the air. Tracking. Gutierrez makes the catch in right field, and we are on to the top of the 9th. 3 more outs to determine if Henry Ford's going to be packing and going home to Dearborn. We shall see. 6-run deficit. That's not easy, but crazier things have happened, and it is the sport we all love in baseball. We'll be back with more in a moment in the Hawks Bats coming up next. Top of the 9th here in what has been a full day of baseball at the Region 12 Championships in Jackson. Jack Vohwinkle here live to bring you all the action. And still on the bump for Cuyahoga is Keegan Gilbride, trying to go the distance and give the Triceratops the victory in this elimination game against Henry Ford. Landon Gross, Gavin Boley, and Trey Sane III due up for the Hawks. As right now in this game, Gilbride's thrown 112 pitches.
Leading off for the Hawks, 19, Landon Gross.
Diddy Farrell has made his way into right field, and Ethan Green will man the first base bag. Again, leading off is Landon Gross in this game. So far, he's 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts to lead off his day. And he grounded out in his most recent and third plate appearance. Gilbride trying to go the distance, winds the leg, fires the arm, the pitch, go figure, it's in the zone. Gilbride trying to exercise all he has left here for Cuyahoga. Pitch fades low into the dirt, count goes even. One count. Gilbride. Pitch is flied out to right field foul territory by Landon Gross. One-two count here for Landon Gross to work with. Already an 0 for 3 day. Gilbride with double-digit Ks. He's got 10 of them. This one, a grounder. Bortnick, throw to Green, in time.
The batter's for Gavin Boley.
One down here in the inning for Keegan Gilbride. So he has thrown 116 pitches. Gilbride winds, fires the pitch, misses the zone. There is some pen action over for Tri-C. We'll keep you updated if they choose to go there, but the hope is for the Triceratops that Keegan Gilbride can finish this thing out. Counts 2-0. Gavin Boley on the day, doubled, singled, and struck out in his plate appearances from his first to third, respectively. The pitch misses, 3-0 count for Boley. This next pitch will be pitch 120 for Keegan Gilbride. Incredible stuff. Pitch 1-2-0 is outside, and a 4-pitch walk for Gavin Boley. He'll take first base.
Now batting for the Hawks, one, Trey Sane.
Trey Sane up to the plate. Singled in his first at-bat, flew out to left in his second, struck out looking in his third. Again, 10 strikeouts here for Keegan Gilbride in this game. 14 and Teal has dealt it with efficiency. 0-0 pitch in the zone. Gilbride sets himself up. No balls. One strike the count. This one fouled back by Sane into the netting. Camera trying to stay stable, and it looks like for the most part it might. 0-2 to Eddie Trey Sane III. Run around first. Cuyahoga trying to put it away with one gone in this inning. The pitch inside. here in Jackson. The winner of this game will advance to take on, as this pitch goes high, the winner of this game advances to take on Grand Rapids in the losers bracket tomorrow at 2:30 in Game 6. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count on Trey Sane III. Here is Gilbride. Winds, fires the pitch. Sent out deep to left field. Backtracking, 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 and it is off the wall. It could be extra bases and more for Trey Sane, and it is. It's a 1-out. Double for Trey Sane. Runners on second and third now for Henry Ford, and we'll see if Gilbride will continue, and it looks like his evening has come to a close. What an effort on the bump for 14 and teal. Keegan Gilbride, 125 pitches, 82 of them strikes. He gave it all he possibly could. And with 1 out here in the 9th, they're going to turn to the pen. As Keegan Gilbride makes his way back to the dugout, approval from the teammates, and for good reason. Double-digit strikeouts for Gilbride here. And Tri-C is going to go to the pen to try to close the door with number 23, Mason Wolf. We'll see Wolf in action to see if he can put the nail in the coffin next. Stick around.
Your attention, please. In the pitch for Cuyahoga, 23, Mason Wolf.
Mason Wolf trying to get things going here for Tri-C. 8-2 the score. Triceratops trying to close the door, and Santana Villarreal is in the way for the Hawks. Runners on second and third. Trey Sane sent Keegan Gilbride away with a 1-out double. Villarreal, first pitch from Mason Wolf. Just outside the zone. The 1-0 will ensue from Mason Wolf. Wolf, the East Lake native. He did not go, says the umpire, Villarreal. Now with a 2-0 count lead. Wolf comes into this game with a 4.05 ERA, 1-1 record in the win-loss column, 28 strikeouts on the campaign through 20 innings of work. The 2-0 pitch from Wolf. That one finds the zone for strike one. First game flew right by. Second game took a little longer. Now this one, the longest game of duration here this evening. This one's going to get down in right field for a base hit and drive home a run. Make it two, potentially. Throw goes awry to home. Running into second, trying for third. Now scampering back is Santana Villarreal. And Henry Ford trying to exercise the demons here late in the ninth. Be a single for Villarreal. Advance to second on the throw, and now the bases have one on here on second. Brings up the top of the order in Braylon Orsetti.
Braylon Orsetti.
Orsetti singled in his first at-bat. Drove home a run on a sac fly in his second. Advanced to first and the fielder's choice in his third. Flew out to left field in his most recent. This one over to short. Throw to first. Is it in time? It is in time. Effort by Ethan Green. Stretching the leg out and making the play to record the second out. And what a bullet of a throw from Bortnick at short. Runner advances to third. 8-4 now the score. Henry Ford trying to stay alive. Robertson and Casey Robertson up to the plate now for the Hawks. On deck is Caleb Thomas. This would be one of the wilder moments here for Robertson if he can continue this rally here for Henry Ford. The pitch outside. Did he go in the check swing? He did not. Ball one. 1-0 count. 2 gone. 4-run deficit still faced by the Hawks. Trying to not go home. The pitch is high. This one sails behind. Will there be a play at the plate? There will not. Villarreal comes home, and Henry Ford is trying to make things interesting here in the ninth. An 8-2 lead is now cut down to 8-5. Bases are now empty as everybody's come home for the Hawks. Still a 1-0 count now on Robertson. It's up to him whether or not this baby keeps on going. The pitch. High makes the count go 2-0 now on Casey. 3-0 the count now on Robertson. As threw one more pitch than I could have kept track of. This 3-0 is in the zone for strike one. Robertson was going to lay off there regardless. Thought he might have had the free pass. Now 3-1 hitters count here for Robertson. What is he going to do with it? The designated hitter for the Hawks. Swing and a miss. Down to their last breath is Henry Ford. Cuyahoga trying to advance. Henry Ford trying to stay alive. Triceratops and Hawks. Full count pitch. 2 gone. The pitch. Did he go? No. Robertson will trot over to first. And the Hawks, by a hair, are still alive here in Jackson.
Now batting 11, Caleb Thomas.
Caleb Thomas. 1 for 4 here in this game. Singled in his first at-bat, popped up in his second, struck out in his third, and flew out to center in his fourth. Runner on first for Henry Ford. The pitch is wild for Tri-C, and Robertson advances to second. Oh, my goodness. The tying run somehow, some way is on deck for Henry Ford College. The Hawks were dead in the water. And this rally here in the ninth has been fantastic. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. It's now up to Caleb Thomas. Been great defensively for the boys in blue today. Tri-C has other ideas here. Runner on second base in Robertson. The pitch into the zone, and they're now down to their final strike. Mason Wolf relieving the starter in Keegan Gilbride. Trying to be the hero. The 1-2 is just outside the zone. Oh, man. Getting dicey here at Jackson College. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 gone. 9th inning here. Rally trying to ensue for the Hawks. Mason Wolf trying to put him away. This pitch misses. Count goes full. Oh, man. Tying run is on deck for Henry Ford, and that is Gutierrez. Thomas trying to get himself aboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. In the zone, he got him. Tri-C advances and sends Henry Ford home. Drama builds late in Jackson. And the Triceratops emerge victorious 8-5.
Your final score, Cuyahoga 8, Henry Ford 5. Cuyahoga advances to take on Grand Rapids tomorrow at 2:30 p.m.
What an effort in the 9th inning by the Henry Ford College Hawks. 3 runs in the top of the 9th to claw back from an 8-2 deficit. It's now 8-5, the final score, favoring Cuyahoga. A pitching performance for the ages from Keegan Gilbride. As through 8 2/3, he allowed 7 hits, 4 earned runs, walked only 2, and struck out 10 on 125 pitches. And in relief, Mason Wolf gets the job done as the Black and Teal advance to take on Grand Rapids at 2:30 tomorrow. We'll be right back after this evening's festivities to bring you more baseball coverage tomorrow as another 3-game set ensues. 11 a.m. It'll be 2-seeded number 22 ranked Macomb taking on Kellogg at 11. And at 2:30, of course, the aforementioned Cuyahoga Triceratops taking on Grand Rapids. And then end the nightcap, the loser of Macomb Kellogg will take on the winner of Grand Rapids and Cuyahoga. My name is Jack Vohwinkle, and thanks so much for sticking around all game long. And if you've been here for the long haul, all day long here in Jackson. We'll be back at 11 a.m. Thanks so much for watching.